hello there, fans. Welcome to another edition Bronco Planet. This is getting old. This is too easy. Just fourth quarter wins every week. I mean, we're on a roll.
I'll pose the same question to the viewing audience that I just asked you before we came on. Is it possible that he's actually good?
It is possible.
Is it possible that he's good?
Now, you behave this week. We let him back in the studio. As you know, last week, Reggie Rivers here. Chris got the boot. He was a little sarcastic, and we didn't like his attitude.
Hey.
So we gave him a little time off. But, of course he's good. The Broncos are 5-1 since Tim Tebow became their quarterback. A 16-13 win today, beating the Chargers. I mean, they're beating the Chiefs, the Chargers, the Raiders, everybody in the AFC. It's good news for Bronco Planet. We got to enjoy this. Are you kidding me? We got the third longest winning streak right now in the NFL at 4 games, tied with the Cowboys. I think only the Houston Texans in the AFC with a longer winning streak. So what do you have to say to those fans out there, Chris? Well, let's start with maybe apology for your criticism of Tebow.
Let's wait till Tebow beats somebody with a really good offense.
That's what you say every week. You say that every week.
He's yet to beat a great offense, right? We're depending on and what we're missing in this whole thing, Shad, are two things. How good the defense has played lately. Okay. And really, you take a look at today, what was the difference today? The special teams.
Special teams did do a great job.
Special teams was fantastic. And Tebow, it goes back to the Miami game, which I just can't get my head around. At the end of the day, they're winning. It's obvious every guy on that 53-man roster has bought into him as the quarterback. And if nothing else, they're playing harder for him, which if you're Orton, that's got to be the takeaway when you leave this team and now in Kansas City. That's got to be the frustration, is these guys were not playing hard for you.
Yeah, and I think a lot of things have come together, right? So let's be realistic. The defense, which was missing Champ Bailey for part of the earlier season, Doomerville out some, DJ Williams finally come together. We know they're running a new defense that they hadn't run last year, so it was going to take some time. So I get all that. But a winner is a winner, sure. And a winner does make people around you play better. So, I'm excited about Tebow because I think he's making strides. I thought a lot of his passes looked better today. Continues to be the same old song, though. Drop passes, which you don't see at the end of every Bronco game. You see Tebow's completion ratio, less than 50%. But what you don't see is, Eddie Royal drops a pass here, Demaryius Thomas one here, and the poor play calling. Let's talk about that because you and me may not agree on whether Tebow's the real deal or not, but I think we're pretty close on this whole McCoy.
It just doesn't make any sense to me. I don't think that in the NFL today with the athletes you have, I don't think you can put your quarterback in a position to get tackled 25 times. What's the life expectancy of a running back? Because that's basically what you've got back there. And when they moved the ball at the end of the first half on that touchdown drive to Decker, it was getting him drop back and leaving him in the shotgun and spreading the ball around. And when you're running that zone read, you're going to break it every once in a while. But the play calling is so vanilla and so boring, and it's frustrating. And I thought, you and I talked about this, I thought the whole coaching in general and game management today, I was really disappointed that they didn't use any timeouts in the end of regulation when you had them pinned back. Yep. The defense had a huge stand. You had a chance to get the ball back. Either put Decker or Royal back there, who were averaging 15 yards per punt return. And with Prater's leg, maybe you get to the 40-yard line and you try a 58, 59-yard field goal. I was really surprised. And I get the mindset with John Fox that we're a defensive club. We're gonna play for overtime and get there. But I was really frustrated. And then especially that first possession in overtime. You've got Boy Wonder back there. You're going to tell me on 4th and 1 at midfield that you can't. And Shad, what's going to happen here is that winning is going to cover all this up. Yep. Right at the end of the day, the Broncos won, which is good. But that doesn't mean there aren't a couple things that need to be improved.
All right, last thing I want to talk about, then we're going to kick it out. Well, we're going to give a prize out and then kick it out to Danny. But this has been bothering me a little this week, and you're kind of a realist guy, so I'm hoping you can help me out with my problem here. So here we have Tim Tebow, who's arguably, got the most potential, he's got a lot of potential. He's a great leader, and we know he's about as raw as any offensive player in the league. Is that a fair statement?
Absolutely.
So we know he's raw, and we know he plays the quarterback position. Yet, 50 feet, 100 feet from him every day sitting in an office is John Elway with his tie and his Mac, and he's doing whatever he does, right? I get it, you're executive vice president, But it would seem to me, yeah, I get it. You don't want to interrupt films. Maybe you don't want to interrupt practice. But I think Adam Gage I think that's the quarterback's coach, who wasn't a quarterback coach last year. I think his first year being a quarterback coach. And who was Tebow's quarterback coach last year? Josh McDaniels' little brother, who, by the way, only came with high school experience. And so these are the people you have mentoring Tim Tebow. Yeah. And what we've heard from Big John is, hey, we'll wait till the off season. And it just... Is it wrong for me? I get it that he's got to run his day job, but when he looks at his calendar there, he's got his 50 hours a week. You tell me Tebow won't stay extra? Yeah. We know his work ethic. Won't stay extra for an hour of mentorship from Elway every week, every day even? So am I missing it? How can you have one of the greatest quarterbacks, if not the greatest quarterback ever, 100 feet away from a rookie is raw? And I call him a rookie because what he got last year, no practice, reps all year. So I don't get it. Why is Elway not out there helping out?
Well, and it seems, and given what was out in the media, late last week, it seems that maybe the 53-man roster is sold on Tebow, but maybe the guy that wears the orange tie in the corner is not. And that's, I posed this question to you earlier when you and I were chatting before we had the show, is if you're Denver and if you're in the middle of the first round, and Matt Barkley is still on the board, or Tyler Wilson from Arkansas, or one of those guys that's perceived to be an NFL quarterback, what are you going to do? And it's funny because I think if you look at the brain trust, I think they're split, because I still think that Elway is looking for a prototypical drop back.
Because that's what he is.
That's what he was. He sees Andrew Luck. He sees Matt Barkley as that guy. And I think that every week when John Fox goes home tonight with another W, I think John Fox is kind of like me. I think he's like, crap almighty, did we really win? Yeah. Are we still winning with this guy?
Despite his terrible play calling?
Yeah. So I don't know.
Tell you what you do. You pass on that first round. Now, yes, obviously Orton's gone already. They kind of like the kid in Adam Weber. I think second, third round, that's a pretty deep class of quarterback. You certainly don't go after a quarterback in the first round. They are so far out of the Andrew Luck sweepstakes. That's going to be the Colts 100%, so just put it down. 100%, it's the Colts. And then I think there'll be some other people going ahead of them, but I think you get linebacker. I think cornerback for sure. Andre Goodman, I think, is near the end, maybe a safety. You focus on defense, and then I would think about a quarterback and then fill in some other gaps. But there's no way. This town, there will be anarchy.
Sure.
You think they're having trouble down there at Wall Street with all those people all fired up. You go out and draft a quarterback in the first round after what Tebow's done. Yes, and I'm still not even answering the question. I don't know either whether Tebow's the future quarterback. Yeah. But he certainly shows you enough that with work, a whole off season, which he didn't get, and Lord forbid, John Elway, got to roll up the sleeves, goes out and spend some time with him instead of criticizing him. Who knows? Oh my God, I'm going to go ask for forgiveness for myself for bagging on Elway.
I know you just didn't talk bad about Elway.
That is not happening on this show.
Walk off of this show right now.
But help the kid for Pete's sake and give him some positive reinforcement and just support him this season, whether he's your quarterback of the future or not. Come on, John. This is simple leadership 101, buddy. So with that, speaking of leadership and positive recognition, we said we'd give this Reggie Rivers, who actually left a set to sign this last week. So this is going out to Brett Bryce. So Brett Bryce is going to win this.
Nice.
So that's on the way out. And who thinks about the Bronco Planet fans out there? That would
Shad
be Shad does. So I went to a Make-A-Wish bowling night in which they had some of the Bronco receivers, and they ran out of these little cards that they were signing. So what's Shad do? He
goes and buys a football.
He does a Tebow. He does a lot of running around, and he goes over to Target. He finds a Bronco football last minute and gets Eric Decker, Demaryius Thomas, and Eddie Royal, the Broncos receivers, to sign this. And now it's up for you guys. This one goes out to you, fans. So here's all you got to do. All you got to do is go in and go to our Bronco Facebook. You got to go to Facebook. You got to sign up yourself if you're not on Facebook, and then you have to add a friend to Bronco Planet. Very simple.
The kids like Facebook.
Oh, yeah, man.
That's what the kids do these days.
3,400 people there. I kid you not. To find out who was our winner today, I had to go through like 12 pages of comments through the game. They're all over it there on Facebook. So go out there, add a friend, the Bronco Planet on Facebook. You go into the raffle, you get this ball autograph. What a great Christmas present. You'll have it in plenty of time. Promise we'll get it there before Christmas.
It's going to look really good when Eric Decker's in the Pro Bowl this year.
Oh, that's going to look good. It's hard to part with it, but for you fans, it's all about you. So, Elway, you see that? little positive recognition there. So you got to try it sometime. All right, I don't know how positive he'll be, but he's out at the man cave. Heck, the Broncos have won 4 games in a row. So we're going to let this show end with Danny. So, Danny, it's all you from here on out. We'll catch you next week right here on Bronco Planet. Told you so again.
Yeah, he's good, I guess.
Thanks, Shad and Chris. It was a great win today. It was 13-16. I was joyfully bored, I guess, for the most part of the game. Late, obviously, the nail biting came in. The stress level went up. Blood pressure kind of went off the chart a little bit. But the bottom line is that the old check mark went into the win column. No matter which way you get it, it's still a win. You can't change it. You can't put an asterisk by it. It's a win. Want to touch on just a couple of good things, a couple of bad things, and then we'll move on. A couple of good things. I absolutely love what the Denver Bronco defense is doing as of late. The past 4 or 5 games is nothing like the defense that we saw in the first half of the season. They're playing with more pressure. They're playing even with more speed than what we saw in the first half of the season. Pressuring Phillip Rivers. We have preached it here on Bronco Planet. That is the key to success to beating the San Diego Chargers. And let's be honest, they've had our number for quite a few years now. 3 sacks by Von Doom, a ton of pressures. Brian Dawkins blasting him pretty good. That's the way you rattle Phillip Rivers. That's the way you beat Phillip Rivers, and the San Diego Chargers absolutely love what they're doing. Another thing that's becoming abundantly clear is that the team as a whole just seems to be playing football a little bit better, and I have no idea why. I don't want to, there was a fuzzy. Just work with me here. I get easily distracted, shiny objects and things. But the team as a whole, I don't want to give credit to any one particular person as a team. Now, granted, they're saying that guys will rally around a leader, and Tim Tebow has certainly got the job done as far as the wins go. But it's just the play on the field. The Tebow pass to Daniel Fells that he coughed up, and then the ensuing scrum. I mean, the fight and the nastiness and the punching and the biting and the kicking, only to see Orlando Franklin come out with the ball. That's the kind of stuff that I love to see as a team. I love the fact that Andre Goodman has played 2 great games. I mean, even Andre Goodman's in on this. We've done nothing but beat this guy down for the first 10 weeks of the season. So it's nice to see you, Andre, join the party. What the heck, we'll give you a game ball. Before the season started with Willis McGahee, he was brought in as another veteran running back that Denver's never had any kind of success with. I once again kind of put my face on, hoping in one hand, wishing in the other, that this particular veteran running back would do something for us. And he hasn't disappointed. Willis McGahee's a freaking freight train that just cannot be stopped. One of the big, to a certain degree, I am a stat guy. And the one stat that I absolutely love about running backs is not so much how many yards and how many touchdowns. It's yards after first contact. What is this guy doing after he gets hit? Willis McGahee, what does he do? He just keeps racking up more yards. That's what I love about Willis McGahee. Let's hope and pray to the old football gods above that he stays healthy, because his contribution to this running game has just been outstanding. Broncos today, again, over 200 yards as a team. When's the last time you could say that? It's been quite a few years that the Broncos have done that on a consistent basis. If you go and look at stats in the NFL, you're going to see the Denver Bronco running game at the top of a lot of different categories. But for yards after first contact, Willis McGahee, boom, game ball. And finally, Matt Prater. 3 field goals today, got the game winner in overtime, looked at the pressure and just went, put the ball down, let me kick it. Awesome job. You see what happens when you're a good boy and you stay out of shotgun willies? Good things happen. Overtime win in San Diego. Game ball. Well, sum things up. The good, the bad, the ugly. The good was, obviously, the win is always good. No matter how you slice it, good is good and a win is good. The bad, Mike McCoy. This is the broken record segment. I think we need to work on that maybe for next week. Get some graphics, put together a broken record thing with Mike's face, or do something. But Mike McCoy, predictability and play calling, and it's just getting so bad. It's almost dumb. Now, I get that you're conservative. We'll take conservative here, and we'll put dumb here. Conservative, dumb. We get that you like to run the ball. Dumb when you do it on first down every time it's first down. And I'm not talking about just running the ball. I'm talking about running the ball up the gut, right into the center of their defense. I'm having doubts if you could even coordinate a first grade Christmas pageant. You ever been to one of those? And finally, the ugly. Now, Elway last week on his radio show had mentioned one of the things that he's most disappointed with is the fact that our third down conversions are pretty piss poor. Well, against the Chargers, 5 for 16 isn't exactly getting the job done, raising the roof and doing the... It's getting to a frustrating point, especially for a guy like me, because I want the accountability side of this. Okay, fine. We have a problem with third down efficiency. Who do we blame? Well, I got this. This is the blame finger. This thing is mostly never wrong. Occasionally it is, but this week, bang, right square in the chest of Mike McCoy. So what's next? Minnesota. Minnesota next week. Away again, which, no big deal. At least they got the dome thing going on up there. Adrian Peterson, we will not know if he will be available next week or not. I'm hoping not, just as a fan of the game and of the Denver Broncos. But we'll have to see what happens up there. The Vikings obviously having their own struggles at quarterback and with injuries. Their offense is pretty bad as well. So I'm actually looking forward to this game simply because it's another good, legitimate shot to put a check mark in the old win column for the Broncos. So here's hoping, and we'll see what certainly that outcome is. A little bit of a reminder here, if you're new to Bronco Planet, of course, welcome and thank you for watching. You can also follow us on Twitter at Bronco Planet. You can follow us here at BroncoPlanet.com, and we got a great little channel over on YouTube. Stop in, see it. All the videos from A to Z are all there. Take your time, peruse, if you will, and enjoy. So, all in all, not too bad of a weekend. Still got a little bit of my turkey belly going from Thanksgiving. Very thankful for the Broncos today. Very thankful for Matt Prater in overtime. Gotta love what's going on. Denver keeps winning ball games. And honestly, after week 4, I don't think we'd be having this same conversation back then when you think about it. So at any rate, you guys have yourself a good week, and we'll see you real soon right here on Bronco Planet.